Hi, my name is Silvia Rondon. I am an extension entomologist with Oregon State University, and I have been involved with this project on potato psyllids since last year when the psyllids were first found in our area, in the Columbia Basin. I serve to the stakeholders not only in Oregon but also in Washington, because our station, which is the Hermiston Agricultural Research and Extension Center, is 10 minutes or 10 miles from the Washington border. So when in 2011 the psyllids affected equally Oregon and Washington growers, we were there first to attend with the needs and all what we needed to do to learn immediately about what the potato psyllid was all about. So within my responsibilities, although I do have a very large extension component in my program, I'm 75% extension, I do have a very strong research program, and since last year I have been involved in different aspects of the potato psyllid research in the Pacific Northwest. Probably the first one was the overwintering studies, and there will be one presentation during this meeting. We will be talking about Andy Jensen, one of our co-authors, will be talking about our wintering work. We are reporting that potato psyllids are able to overwinter in the Columbia Basin, at least under mild conditions. We have found that these insects can survive on bittersweet nightshade, which is also solanaceae weed, and I will be talking about that. During the summer, I did a lot of work regarding the monitoring of the pest. I don't think there was a need to reinvent the wheel again, so I follow Dr. Heaney's from Texas scouting protocol, and we had follow the sticky cards, and we added some, besides that, debugs, which after listening to the presentations today, I still feel that it's a very good way to go, using a debug, which is an inverted leaf blower. So this year was a pretty busy summer. I had one postdoc working on all the monitoring aspects, doing trials not only in our station but also in commercial growers' fields. And we are in the process right now of crunching all those numbers and putting all the data together for not only for these presentations but also for our upcoming winter meetings. Everybody wants to learn about psyllids in our area. For sure, the Pacific Northwest is probably one of the most important potato areas in the United States, because between Oregon, Washington, and Idaho, we produce more than 55% of the potatoes nationwide. And it really, last year was a wake-up call for us to grasp the idea that we may be dealing with psyllids from now on. Maybe knowing the scale that in 2011, but 2012 we did have pretty good size population of psyllids, but the percentage of hot psyllids with the bacteria on them was less than 1%. So we don't expect to have severe losses, at least in Oregon and Washington, regarding Zebra Chip. One of the things I'm pretty proud of was our extension program regarding the training that we did with growers. We opened 4 workshops to train growers and fieldmen about potato psyllids, and I have to pretty much I opened for 4 and I end up giving like 11 different workshops training people. Growers were extremely helpful and in continuous contact with me throughout the season. They were keeping me updated of what was going on in their fields, because it was almost impossible for me to be everywhere. We run a trapping network in our state, pretty much the whole state of Oregon where potatoes are grown, and we have limited funding. So besides my sites where I have my traps grow, I rely a lot on what information coming directly from growers. So growers were very proactive this year, and after the scare in 2011, they did rely on chemical programs. And at this point right now, I'm gathering all the information from growers and trying to put numbers of psyllids, chemical programs, to see which programs were the most successful. Just to finish here, besides all the research that I just mentioned, I'm also running a very large chemical trials. That's also part of my responsibilities. And I had one of the largest chemical trials in the area, and we did have pretty good pressure from SILIT's numbers at least. So I tested over 100 different chemicals, several new products that are coming into the market. Several of these products have been already tested in Texas and elsewhere, but I have two different types of chemical trials. Ones that are efficacy trials to see if the chemicals are working or not, and others that are season-long control programs. So again, due to the large number of chemicals testing, we are just in the process of putting all these numbers together. And during this presentation, I'm going to be just basically touch lightly about the chemical part, but I know that's something that growers are extremely interested in. We have a website. If you go into the Oregon State University site and you Google and you search for the Hermiston Station, you will have a link there on the right-hand side under my name, Silvia Rondon, in my program, and we post all the information from April through October where we have our trapping route, and growers get that information via email every Friday, via email again, a newsletter that we put together informing what our findings are. So